Coming up on 7:30 this morning, a new month means many of our bills are due and millions of Americans are struggling financially in the wake of the coronavirus. This morning, we have ways that can help. And students are being taught from home since classes have been canceled due to the coronavirus. This morning, we hear from teachers coming up with ways to stay connected to their students. Thank you once again for joining us here on Up with KREM for your Friday morning. I am Joshua Robinson, joined again by Jen York, Evan Narani, and Dana Marie McNichol, all of whom have continued to practice social distancing, working from home, just like so many of you are doing all week long. Jen, once again, will join us to break down some of the ways to tackle some of your biggest bills this month. Evan continues to track the weather going into your weekend forecast, and Dana Marie will bring us a story about a doctor out of Portland who's found a creative way to bring coronavirus awareness. We will check in with each of them in just a few minutes, but first we do want to let you know 3 things you need to know this morning about the coronavirus. Today, the federal government is set to begin dispersing loan money to company owners and freelancers under the Paycheck Protection Program. The move is part of the $2.2 trillion relief package that was approved last week. Now, for many companies, this loan money might be the quickest way to rebuild their businesses. This comes as confirmed coronavirus cases worldwide have surpassed 1 million. Businesses are being encouraged to reach out to lenders and rehire employees that they might have laid off. Now, President Trump says his hope is to start sending out stimulus checks in 2 weeks. The checks are reportedly being expedited from the original deadline of 3 weeks. This decision is to speed up the process and help people find relief as quickly as possible.
They need the money now. What we're going to do is, again, if we have your information, you'll get it within 2 weeks. If you're Social Security, you'll get it very quickly after that. If we don't have your information, you'll have a simple web portal, you'll upload it. If we don't have that, we'll send you checks in the mail.
Now, starting today, Costco will be limiting how many people can enter each of their warehouses. Only 2 people per membership card will be allowed into their stores. The company says this is just a temporary change to ensure the safety of its members and its employees. There are 181 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Spokane County this morning, and 5 people have died. The first case of COVID-19 has been declared in Pend Oreille County. Now, according to Northeast Tri-County Health District, the patient is in isolation at home, and close contacts are being notified. There are 68 cases, meanwhile, in Grant County, 43 in Franklin County, 10 in Whitman County, 4 in Okanogan County, and 1 in Lincoln County. And the State Department of Health reports over 6,500 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the state of Washington. 262 people have died. Now, across state line, there are 894 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Idaho. 9 people have died from the virus, and there are 36 cases right now in Kootenai County. There's also 1 in Bonner County, and there are now more confirmed coronavirus cases in Idaho than there are in Oregon. Oregon currently has 826 cases and 21 confirmed deaths. Shifting back out to our weather forecast, even with this mild winter we're wrapping up, our mountain snowpack is actually more this year than it was this time last year. Evan Narani joining us once again. You said this is not a surprise to you though, right, Evan?
No, I mean, I think since we did see above normal snowfall for January and for March almost doubling our normal snowfall, it does seem about right that we would be above normal for this time of year. Last year, we had a very mild winter, and even though we saw heavy snow in February, it still didn't really make up for the mild winter that we had. So we had lower numbers, like you said, at this time last year. But what this map shows is higher than median levels. So median would be 100%. We are at 104% in eastern Washington. Almost across the board, up toward North Idaho, 112% of the median snowpack levels. So these are your snow water equivalents, where that means that headed into spring and summer, we will hopefully be able to avoid more drought conditions, and we hopefully have enough water to supply, all the uses that, supply water to the area. As far as down to the south of us, Oregon, looks like a lot of yellow there, indicating 70 to 90% of those snowpack levels. still good to see, but could be higher. So we'll hope for their sake that they'll get a little bit more snow in the next couple weeks. And of course, those mountaintops still have the potential for more snow, as you can see on radar right now, picking up on some mountain snow showers as we speak. The Cascades are one of those spots. We'll head into about the next couple days with more snow chances, but your Saturday actually holds a potential for some drier conditions. For today, though, we're going to see winds pick up. That's going to kind of be the primary problem into your Friday. Wind gusts picking up to the 20-mile-per-hour range. Things will die down toward the evening hours. And all in all, the weekend forecast doesn't look all that bad. Saturday, 49 degrees as that afternoon high. That's going to be your one-day break in all of the unsettled and wet weather. And then Sunday, showers reappear, rain and snow back in the forecast early in the morning, and then likely clearing out by the afternoon. So not too bad of a forecast, but it looks like Saturday is going to be the dry day, Sunday going to be the wet day, and then we're hoping that by the time we get to the beginning and middle portion of next week, we start to warm up eventually to the 60s. And I know, Jen, you have been waiting for more spring-like weather, but you're still wearing your winter sweater for now, right?
It's Laura Papetti's favorite sweater, and I said it's Casual Friday, so I have to rock it today.
I love it. I know. Laura is notorious for criticizing you in that sweater. I will be the first to say that I love it, Jen.
Oh, well, that's why you're my number one, Evan. Laura's now number two. Thank you so much. And thanks for having that forecast for us. So yes, I am looking forward to some warmer weather so we can get outside, do those social distancing walks, and at least get out of the house and enjoy some nice weather. And I know this has been a bit of a struggle this month as we start the new month. New bills are due. Really a struggle for those who are struggling financially. But there is some good news this weekend. There is some help out there. So take a listen here. Reach out to your mortgage lender, your student loan servicer, or utility provider to see what options are available when it comes to payments or maybe loan forgiveness. Other assistance like stimulus checks or unemployment benefits are going to take some time to get into your hands. So here are some ways that you can take action right now to find the best options for financial relief. Now, health insurance, a big concern right now. Being laid off qualifies as a life event for most insurers. It means you can join a partner's insurance outside of the normal open enrollment period. In response to coronavirus, Washington reopened individual insurance exchanges. Now, that applies to anyone who did not find coverage during the regular sign-up window last fall. For anyone who lost coverage, they are allowed to shop those exchanges outside of the regular enrollment period. Some households might even qualify for state Medicaid. Now, if you're working to pay student loans, borrowers can now seek an emergency administrative forbearance. It means you can possibly postpone payments by up to 60 days, but borrowers must contact their loan servicer to apply. The federal government also lowered the interest rate on all federal student loans to 0%. Now, this does not apply to monthly payments. It applies to the entire principal balance. The government also temporarily halted collections and wage garnishment for people who are behind on payments. Private collection agencies are ordered to do the same. If you have private student loans, you're encouraged to contact your servicer for repayment options. Now, the government is delivering one-time payment checks. That's the stimulus bill that we've been hearing a lot about lately, but it's still weeks away at least before we see any of that money. Laid-off workers now can apply for unemployment. We have information on how to apply on KREM.com. Meanwhile, Congress is beefing up what states can offer. They are allowing part-time, self-employed, and gig economy workers to seek benefits as well. People in quarantine or people who left work due to risk of exposure or to care for a family member can also apply for unemployment. Applications typically take 2 to 3 weeks to process, but the surge in applications right now could extend that time frame even longer. And we just had an unemployment Q&A with local experts on Tuesday, and they said a lot of people are reporting having to apply over and over and over, and that's just because there are so many people applying for unemployment benefits. They say stick with it, just keep trying until that process goes through. They say they're just dealing with a lot of applications and the software being updated with all the local rules and federal regulations that are now going into place for that. So if you need help with bills or you want more information, you can text bills to 509-448-2000. There you'll get a link back with more information on everything from paying housing to utility bills to also help with budgeting. So a lot to take in this morning. Always utilize that text line. That's where you can get a lot of information or ask us questions too if you have specific questions about your individual situation. We want to send things to now Dana Marie McNichol with a reason to smile on our Friday morning. Hi, Dana Marie.
Well, trending this morning is a doctor going viral on TikTok, and he brings you today's reason to smile. For those who are not familiar with TikTok, I keep calling it TikTok. It's a new form of social media that plays short video clips to music. And Dr. Jason Campbell from the Oregon Health and Science University in Portland is rocking it. His TikTok account is called The Real Dr. J, has issued doctor's orders for his thousands of followers to stay hopeful and healthy during the coronavirus outbreak through dance, as you see there. Dr. Campbell can be seen on his TikTok dancing along to the current trending songs, but with a twist. He's sharing awareness on how to stay safe during the outbreak. Dr. Campbell is promoting social distancing through the foot right, left foot dance, raising spirits with a cha-cha slide as well, and promoting staying at home and staying shuffling with the Cupid Shuffle. Dr. Campbell told our sister station in Oregon, quote, "We've got to get through this with physical health, with mental health, and dancing will do that." I love that quote. So Dr. Campbell's upbeat dances with his fellow OHSU colleagues in the hospital area are definitely going viral and raising spirits. I love this. He's awesome. He's so funny in the way that he dances. He's so talented as well. I love to see it. Joshua?
I would imagine with a pair of shoes like those, he's probably got some pretty good bedside manner too, and so the people that he sees every day probably have to love him too, wouldn't you imagine, Dana Marie?
Yeah, I mean, just through his TikTok and his dancing, you can see kind of his spirit, and I know that it's tough in these hospitals right now, and to have that type of personality and they're walking the halls makes a difference.
Yeah, Jen, we've actually talked a lot about nurses and doctors looking for ways to kind of find that source of joy themselves as well. Doesn't this kind of strike you as a way that not only are they entertaining us, but keeping themselves sort of focused and entertained as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I know my brother's on the front line. I got a nurse, right there in the ER here locally. So yeah, any way that we can keep them happy, I'm all for it.
All right, Dana Marie, of course, thank you for bringing us that story. And Jen, we will keep checking up with you here on Up with KREM throughout the morning as we approach 7. We are at 7:42 this morning. We're also talking this morning about teachers who are juggling social distancing and still actually teaching your kids. Coming up after the break, how local teachers are finding new ways to interact with their students.